Install your Watts RO Pure or RO Pure Plus reverse osmosis system, you'll need a few simple tools. A tubing cutter or sturdy pair of shears, a variable speed drill with a 1/8 and 1/4 inch drill bits, an adjustable wrench, and a Phillips screwdriver. Some sinks have pre-drilled 1 1/4 inch or 1 1/2 inch holes that are suitable for the installation of your drinking water faucet. If your sink or countertop does not, you will need to drill a 1 1/4 inch hole to mount your RO faucet. If your countertop is a solid surface like marble or porcelain, Watts recommends hiring a licensed contractor to avoid potential damage. The RO systems featured in this video use two different faucets. We'll show the top mount faucet for the RO Pure system first. You will need these parts to install your top mount faucet. The first step is to connect the 3/8 inch stem adapter into the blue 3/8 inch fitting located on the end of the toggle bolt assembly. Connect the straight end of the blue tube into the 1/4 inch port of the 3/8 inch stem adapter. Then connect the 3/8 inch black tube and the straight end of the 1/4 inch red tube to the corresponding fittings on the base of the faucet. Make sure each tube is inserted a full 3/4 of an inch into the fitting. Hold the faucet like this and pull down on the wing nut. This will ensure that the O-rings are in their proper position and that your faucet will have a good seal. Next, feed the 3 tubes and the toggle bolt through the mounting hole in the sink. Peel the white backing paper off the seal on the bottom of the faucet, check the orientation, and press firmly to the mounting location. Make sure to center the faucet on the sink or countertop as much as possible. Then, insert your Phillips head screwdriver into the spout hole of the faucet and tighten the toggle bolt until the faucet is secure. Be careful not to over-tighten and do not use a drill. Lastly, pull the battery safety tab out to activate the faucet monitor. Make sure that the clear drawer is firmly seated on the faucet base. This faucet is equipped with a filter change indicator. The indicator light will flash blue while the water is being dispensed, and after approximately 6 months or 2,000 gallons of filtered water used, the light will change to red, indicating that filters should be changed. After the filter has been changed, you must also reset the monitor. Next, we'll cover the steps for installing the top mount twist faucet that comes with the RO Pure Plus system. You will need these parts to install your top mount twist faucet. Make sure that the black rubber washer is located on the lower faucet assembly. Locate the blue, black, and red tubing. Attach the straight ends of each tube to the base of the faucet at the matching connection. Each tube should be inserted a full 3/4 of an inch into the fitting. Once the tubes are connected, make sure the locking tabs are tucked into the faucet, and feed the tubes and the lower faucet assembly through the mounting hole in the sink or countertop. Once the lower assembly is aligned and seated properly on the black rubber washer, check the orientation. Use a Phillips screwdriver to tighten the 2 screws until snug. Make sure to center the base on the mounting hole as much as possible. Do not over-tighten. Next, align the upper faucet assembly so that the front is pointing approximately 45 degrees to the right front of the lower faucet assembly. The back of the faucet can be determined by the black push-button release and air gap hole. Place the upper faucet assembly over the lower assembly and press firmly. Then twist clockwise until the faucet clicks into place. Once the faucet is in place, lower the faucet handle to the on position and remove the battery cover at the slot here. Pull out the battery tab and replace the cover assembly. Make sure to align the tab on the cover to the notch on the faucet handle. This faucet is equipped with a filter change indicator. The indicator light will flash blue while the water is being dispensed, and after approximately 6 months or 2,000 gallons of filtered water used, the light will change to red, indicating that filters should be changed. After the filter has been changed, you must also reset the monitor. After installing the faucet, you are going to install the adaptive valve. Now, as an important note, you must install this on the cold water side. If you install on the hot water side, you will damage the system and void any warranty. The first step is to turn off your cold water supply at the supply stop, typically the knob on the right-hand side here. Be sure to place a small bowl underneath the angle stop to catch any water runoff when disconnecting the kitchen faucet hose. Once turned off, you'll want to turn on your cold water faucet to drain and depressurize the plumbing system. When the faucet stops dripping, you may close the faucet. Then you'll disconnect the kitchen faucet hose from the cold water supply stop. The adaptive valve works with kitchen faucet connections that use a 3/8 inch or 1/2 inch compression connection. If your supply stop uses a 3/8 inch connection, start by inserting the white rubber washer into the washerless brass adapter. Insert the adapter and washer into the female threaded end of the adaptive valve and hand tighten. Then, attach the adapter with the black washer to the male threaded end of the adaptive valve, like this. Tighten with a wrench until secure, but do not over-tighten. Next, attach this assembly to the male end of the cold water supply stop and tighten with a wrench. Lastly, you will connect the supply line from the faucet to the male threaded end of the adaptive valve. Use a crescent wrench and take care to not over-tighten. To install using a 1/2 inch connection, the brass adapter pieces are not required. Do not open the angle stop at this time. To ensure proper drainage, the drain saddle must be installed a minimum of 1.5 inches above the P-trap elbow's nut, or the crossbar connected to a garbage disposal. Do not install a drain saddle on the crossbar. For this single sink installation, the drain saddle will be installed on the drainage line below the sink. The hole for the drain saddle will be oriented towards the drinking water faucet. Mark the location for the drain saddle at least 1.5 inches above the nut of the P-trap elbow or crossbar. Positioning the drain saddle too low can cause water to back up and leak from the air gap. If positioned too high, you increase the chance of hearing water draining while the system is operating. We'll use the 1/4 inch drill bit to create an opening in the pipe, taking extra care to only drill through one side. These parts are required to prepare the drain saddle for installation. Apply the foam gasket to the inside curve of the saddle after you remove the paper backing and inner foam piece. Ensure the gasket and drain saddle holes are aligned. Insert nuts into the cutouts provided in the drain saddle pieces. Next, thread the screws through the sides and join the 2 saddle pieces over the drain pipe. Before tightening fully, use the screwdriver to help you align the drain saddle hole with the drilled pipe opening. Finish tightening the drain saddle bolts evenly on both sides. Now, we'll take the 3/8 inch black tubing from the faucet and position it beside the drain saddle to determine how much to trim. This length of tubing must be as short and straight as possible, creating a downward slope from the faucet. Cut the tubing to length and push the end into the fitting on the side of the drain saddle. This is a gravity-fed line. If the drain saddle is not positioned properly, or if there are any bends or dips in the tube, the rinse water will not flow into the drain properly. This will cause water to back up and potentially come out of the air gap hole in the faucet. If the tubing is excessively long, you can trim with a tubing cutter or shears, taking care to make a straight cut. Before cutting any tubing shorter, determine your desired mounting location and make sure that you leave enough tubing length to dismount the system to perform any required maintenance. Do not cut the red tube shorter. It has a flow restrictor insert that is essential to the operation of the system. Locate the 1/4 inch blue and red tubes hanging from the faucet. Insert the blue tube marked faucet into the quick connect fitting behind the VOC carbon on the RO Pure Plus or post filter on the RO Pure model. Then insert the red tube into the quick connect fitting behind the RO membrane below the 1/4 inch blue tube marked tank. Next, locate the 1/4 inch green tube marked cold, attach to the system and connect it to the quick connect fitting on the adaptive valve. Make sure the connections are pushed in all the way to the tube stop. Now you're going to mount the system to your kitchen cabinet, allowing several inches of clearance below the filter for easy removal and replacement. To determine your mounting location, Raise the system up 2 or 3 inches from the cabinet bottom and use a pencil to mark the eyelet locations in the bracket. Set the system aside and drill 1/8 inch pilot holes for the mounting screws. Using a Phillips head screwdriver or electric drill, install your mounting screws. Leave a 3/8 inch gap to allow the bracket to fit between the screw heads and the cabinet wall. Lift the system into place. With the system now mounted in your kitchen cabinet, we'll install the tank ball valve. Using the provided Teflon tape, wrap 7 to 12 turns in a clockwise direction around the male pipe threads on the stainless steel fitting on top of the tank. Be careful not to cover the opening with tape. Now, thread the elbow ball valve by hand onto the male pipe threads of the tank. Do not over-tighten, as the plastic could crack. Finally, position the tank in the desired location. You may stand it upright or lay it on its side using the black plastic stand. Measure the blue tube marked tank from the module to the tank fitting and cut it to length, leaving a straight, square edge. Then, connect the blue tube to the quick connect fitting of the ball valve, making sure the tube is pushed all the way to the tube stop. Once the system is completely connected, turn on your cold water supply at the supply stop. Then turn your RO dispensing faucet handle to the open position to purge the air and allow water to flow through your system. Once the water begins to trickle out, close the faucet and allow the storage tank to fill with water. This may take 3 to 6 hours depending on the production capability of the membrane, local water temperature, and water pressure. After the storage tank is filled, open the RO faucet to flush the tank completely. This will help to flush out all the air and carbon fines from the system. Repeat this step 2 more times, and on the 4th tank, the water can be used for drinking. Enjoy your clean, safe, great tasting water, and visit us at premierh2o.com to subscribe for special offers and register your new system.